Hi guys, welcome back to story time. Feeling a little better, so I thought I will start on Ivy and Bean book 3, and it's called Break the Fossil Record. Let's see what this is about. Oh, well, she's got a bone, and wonder what kind of bone that is. Whoa. This one has a few chapters, but we'll hang in there. All right, so here we go. Let's get started. Look at her eyes. Oh, she's cross-eyed. Drop everything. Boring, boring, boring. Bean turned her book upside down and tried to read it that way. Cool. Well, sort of cool. No, boring. Bean sighed and turned her book back right side up. It was a book about cats that she had picked from the school library. There was a different cat on each page. Bean liked cats, but reading about them was driving her crazy. All the cats looked the same, except the Sphinx cat, who didn't have any fur. He looked halfway between a dog and a rat. Bean liked him the best. Oh my goodness. I bet Ivy's seen a Sphinx cat, thought Bean. She knew she wasn't supposed to talk during Drop Everything and Read, so she poked Ivy in the ribs. Ivy's eyes were binging across the pages of her book. Bing, bing, bing. She looked like she was watching a ping pong game. She didn't even notice Bean, so Bean poked her again. Hey, she whispered. Earth to Ivy. Ivy mumbled. Look here, it's a dog rat. Bean whispered louder. Ivy looked for a little tiny second. Oh, she said, and went back to reading. Bean sighed again. All the other kids in Miss Arubate's second class classroom were bent over their books. Even Eric, who usually fell out of his chair 2 or 3 times during Drop Everything and Read, was quiet. He had a book about man-eating sharks. Let me show you the pictures. She's just reading, her eyes going back and forth on the book. McAdam was picking his nose. Bean raised her hand. Mr. Rubate didn't see because she was reading too. So Bean called out, Mr. Rubate. Shh, whispered Miss Arubate. What is it, Bean? There's a problem, and it starts with M, began Bean, looking hard at McAdam, and then N and a P. She wiggled her finger. Oh my goodness, look. She got her book on her head. How's she gonna read that way? Next to her nose, just in case Mr. Rubate needed an extra hint. Mr. Rubate looked at McAdam too. Then she put down her book and came over to Bean's table. I brought this from home especially for you, Bean, she said, holding out a big, shiny book. See, she pointed at the cover. It is the amazing book of world records. I think you'll like it. Bean wasn't sure. What's a world record? When someone does something better or longer or weirder than anyone else in the whole world. That means they set a world record. Weirder? Bean asked. That sounded interesting. Miss Arubate smiled. There's a man in here who walked on his hands for 870 miles. Whoa, you mean on his hands and knees? Like a baby? No, just on his hands, with his feet in the air, said Miss Arubate. No way! Read the book, you'll see. Miss Arubate returned to her chair. Look at it. She's pointing to her nose and then to what the other kid was doing. What was his name? Like Williams or something? Anywho, Bean opened the shining cover. On the very first page, there was a picture of a woman whose black hair trailed behind her like a fancy cape. Oh my gosh, that's long. Bean read that the hair was 19 feet long and that the woman had been growing it since she was 12. Whoa, thought Bean. Doesn't it get dirty and bugs in it? Bean turned the page. Ew, a man was eating a scorpion. Double ew! He ate 30 scorpions a day. On the next page was a picture of a boy with 256 straws in his mouth. What did his mouth look like when there was no straws in it? Big and slobbery, Bean guessed. Ivy, she whispered. Ivy! Ivy's eyes stopped binging back and forth. What? Check this out. Look at that lady's long hair. Oh my gosh. She could step on it. And the guy eating the scorpions. Oh, that is dangerous. Don't do that at home. Don't get any ideas. All right, it's another chapter. Look at all the children gathering around. They're looking at a book. I guess Ivy's book. Carpet vipers, hula hoops, and 2 million teeth. He stuck 159 clothespins on his face, shouted Eric. Look at him. It was recess, but instead of soccer or jump rope or monkey bars, the second graders were huddled under the play structure. At the center of the circle were Bean and her book. Oh, right, Bean, not Ivy. I get them confused. At the center of the circle were, Bean and her book. Kids pulled the book back and forth, all trying to look at the pages at the same time. Look at her! 99 hula hoops at once! Oh my gosh! Vanessa squeaked. Around her neck, too. I used to be able to do that when I was little. Look at this turnip. It weighs 39 pounds, said Duzit. Gross, I ate turnips, Eric said. My mom made me eat it once, and I spit it into the heater. I hate lima beans, said Duzit. Bean pulled the book back in her direction. After all, Mr. Rubatate has brought it specially for her. This guy has had more broken bones than any living human, read Bean. In the picture, he was smiling happily. He's broken his leg 14 times. Oh my gosh. Whoa. On purpose? Asked Emma. I guess so, said Bean. He jumps off of buildings. Oh my gosh. Drew slid the book his way. Hey, this guy collects teeth. Oh, dude. He has 2 million teeth. Can you imagine how many the tooth fairy has? More than that. This is the world's most poisonous snake, read Leo, pointing to another picture. It's called the carpet viper. Ooh. Does it live in carpets? Asked Suzu. She looked worried. In India and Africa, said Leo. Not here. Oh my gosh. They have a picture of the snake. And the poor thing just thinking, oh no, it lives under the carpets. I'm cold. It's not cold today. Bean slid the book back her way. Look, Suzu. This girl did 109 cartwheels in a row. Let me see that. Suzu grabbed the book and looked closely at the picture of a teenage girl in tights. I bet I could do 110. Bet you couldn't, said Eric. He grabbed the book from Suzu and flipped through the pages. This dude, he ate 400 M&Ms in 1 minute, it says. That's nothing. I bet I could eat 1,000 in a minute if I didn't chew. You choke, warned Leo. No, I've had lots of practice, said Eric. Look, said Bean, reaching over Eric's shoulder and flipping pages. Look at this kid. He's only a kid and he made a world record for hanging spoons on his face. 15, no glue either. How they stick? Asked Ivy, looking up from her book. I can't tell, Bean said. Sweet, maybe. Why would anyone hang spoons on their face? I don't know, but he did. Look at it. It looks so weird. Oh, my goodness. I don't know, but he made a world record. Bean looked at the picture. The kid was covered with spoons, but he still looked proud and happy because he had set a world record. I'm going to do 16 spoons, said Emma, staring at the picture. Hey, I was going to do 16, said Bean. She wanted to set a record and have her picture in the amazing book of world records. Spoon seems pretty easy. And what was that? Did you hear that? Like somebody hit a door. No ghosts, please. Or like some of the record spoons didn't hurt. But Emma had dibs. Dang. I'm going to eat 500 M&Ms in a minute, Eric said. Where are you going to get 500 M&Ms? Like, does it? Oh, she's mad, look. No, they were going to do the spoons. They're going to fight to see what they're going to do. Oh, jeez. Ay, pass the page. Pass the page, pass the page. Eric thought for a moment. My uncle gave me $10 for my birthday. My dad said I could spend it on anything I want. I'm going to do 111 cartwheels, said Zuzu, tucking her pink shirt into her pink pants and reclipping her hair. I'm going to see if Miss Arubatate has any spoons, said Emma. Emma and Zuzu walked off, looking important. Being they have a picture. They're looking important, and their heads are up like this, like they were so. We're gonna do this. Okay. Now I lost it. Where was I? Bean felt left out. What could she do? She flipped through the pages until she came to a picture of a woman holding a broken glass. Oh, that's dangerous. Uh-oh. What? Was there a record for breaking the most glasses? No. The woman had broken it by singing in a really high voice. Oh, sang Bean, but softly. Ivy was still reading. Was that book about anyway? Asked Bean. When Ivy looked up, her eyes were shining. This girl, Mary Anning was her name. She found the first whole ichthyosaurus. Ichthyosaurus? Why do they make these words? I can't pronounce. Fossil in the world. She was only 12 when she did it too. She lived near the beach, and on one day, she saw a skeleton face in the cliffs. So she dug it out. It took her a long time, and everybody made fun of her. But she didn't care. And it was an ichthyosaur. Whatever that means. However you say it. You probably know how to say it. Only nobody knew about dinosaurs then. She also found a plesiosaur and a pterodactyl. I know how to say that one. See, this is her. Ivy showed Bean a picture of a girl in a tall hat. She wasn't very pretty, but she was famous and important. Bean sighed. She was unfamous and unimportant. There had to be some way she could fix that. Oh. And they're talking. They're sitting across each other talking. That's the picture. Okay. Oh my gosh. My fingers. Look at what happened to my finger. That's from cleaning. It's not. It hurts. See? I cut right there. Oh, this over here. It hurts so bad. Oh my gosh. It's like raw. Hopefully you won't get sick by that. I didn't think about it before I showed you. Oh my gosh. They're trying the straws. There's a picture with a whole bunch of straws. On your mark. Get set. Yikes! The first 40 straws were easy peasy. Bean stuck them all in her mouth at once. Oh my gosh. Then she opened another box of straws. She said to Ivy, pointing. More, are you sure? Asked Ivy. Bean nodded. She grunted. which meant 257. Ivy pulled the straw out of the box and shoved it into Bean's mouth, but she accidentally shoved too hard, and the straw scraped the back of Bean's throat. Oh! Ha ha ha! Choked Bean, and the straw sprayed across the kitchen floor. Oh my gosh, look at there's a picture, and she just coughed all the straws all over the kitchen. Whoa. Ivy wins. Sorry. Oh, Bean's eyes were watering. She looked at the straws all over the kitchen and thought about Mary Anning. She wasn't a quitter, and neither was Bean. She began to pick up the straws. Ivy helped. Once again, she shoved 40 straws in her mouth, and very carefully, Ivy pushed in one more. 41. 42. 43. The girls were working so hard that they didn't hear Bean's dad come into the kitchen. 44. Hi, Ivy. Hi, Bean. What have you got in your mouth? Bean's dad said, staring. Said Bean. Straws, said Ivy helpfully. She's breaking a world record. Excellent, Bean's dad said, leaning over to see better. How many does she need to get in there? 257, said Ivy. She looked at Bean, and Bean nodded. How many does she have in now? 44? I don't think she's gonna make it. Her father didn't say anything, but Bean knew he was thinking. It was no good. She was never going to get 257 straws in her mouth. Sadly, she pulled the straws out. I'll never break a world's record. She handed the speedy straws to her father. Thanks a lot, said Dad. Maybe there's a different record you could break. Like what? Asked Bean. I can't walk on my hands. Bean's dad glanced at the sink. He hadn't washed the breakfast dishes yet. Why don't you set the world record for fast dishwashing? He said, smiling. That would be a good one. Bean ran to get the book. There were no records for fastest dishwasher. This is going to be a piece of cake, said Bean, looking at the counter pile with plates. You could do it slowly and still break the record, said Ivy. I'd be better if I do it fast, said Bean. Super fast. Then no one will ever break my record. Her father began to look a little worried. And maybe this isn't a very good idea. Dad, every day you and Mom tell me I have to wash the dishes, said Bean. And now, when I finally want to, you say it's not a good idea. She shook her head. Grown-ups were so weird. Well, said her dad, okay, but be careful. What was he talking about? She was always careful. Bean began running nice warm water in the sink. She squirted out a big jet of soap and mountains of bubbles grew. Keep your eyes peeled, she said to Ivy. You'll probably only see a blur. Bean's father ran his hand through his hair. Couldn't you grow the longest fingernails instead? He asked. Takes too long. You're the official timekeeper, Ivy, said Bean as the water gushed. And Dad, you have to take a picture of me when I'm done, with all the shiny clean plates. Sure, said her dad. Oh my gosh, look at all the plates and cups and spoons, everything she has to do. I'm going to do all these plates in 5 minutes, said Bean. Got that? 5 minutes. Okay, said Ivy. Look at the clock. On your mark. Get set. Go. Bean grabbed a plate and plunged it into the water. Wipe, wipe, wipe. She rinsed it in the next door sink. Rinse, rinse, rinse. She put in the dish rack. Okay, next plate. Wipe, wipe, wipe. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Dish rack. How am I doing? 1 minute gone, said Ivy. Whoa! Bean looked at the pile of plates. She would have to hurry. Quickly, she put 2 plates in the soap and wiped them. Quickly, she rinsed them. Rack again. Wipe, rinse, rack again. Wipe, rinse, rack again. Wipe, rinse, rack again. How many more times? Yelled Bean as she scrubbed. You only got half a minute left, said Ivy. Oh no! Frantically, Bean took 2 more plates and plunged them into the soap. Zip, she whipped them. Zip, she put them in the clean water dish rack. Look at all the soap. Oh my gosh. I don't know if she's gonna break the record. Woo! There's 1 more plate. There's another picture and she's happy and there's bubbles everywhere. It's probably made a mess in the kitchen. Only 10 more seconds, go Ivy. There's 1 more plate left. Bean whisked it into the soap and shook it. Hurry! She whisked into the clean water. Hurry! 1 more second. Bean panicked. Yay! She screeched, hurling the plate at the dish rack. It flew over the rack and crashed to the floor, shattering into a million pieces. There was a stunned silence. Ivy, Bean, and Bean's dad stared at the little bits of plate sprinkled all over the floor. Finally, Bean spoke. Did I do it in 5 minutes? Ivy shook her head. No. Dang. Look at all the little pieces. Oh, no. She failed. Let's stop right here because it's 21 minutes. The next chapter is called What a Scream. So I will be back soon. We'll do the next chapter. I hope you're doing good. You're going to get a spring break pretty soon, I guess. So have fun, be safe, and do your homework. All right? So I'm going to try to see if I can finish the book or do some more chapters tonight. All right? See you later. Bye.